Hey, it's Aaron the Hope from Mobilereviews-eh.ca, and this is a LifeProof Fre for the iPhone 6. And so today we are going to do a whole bunch of awful things to it. This case is waterproof up to a depth of 6.6 feet. It is droppable from a height of 6.6 feet. So generally, if you're looking for a decent case, LifeProof cases are probably the way to go. I am pretty surprised at how thin this case is given the amount of protection it provides. We've already done the water test for it, left it in a bucket of water for about 6 or 30 minutes. And we took a look inside the case and it's completely dry. Now, I live in the landlocked province of Alberta. We don't touch any sort of large body of water, so the best thing that we got is this little garbage can of water. I've got an iPhone 6, so used to saying iPhone 5S. I got an iPhone 6 here, bucket of water, and I have no problems dropping that iPhone into that bucket of water in the LifeProof Fre. As you can tell, that's an iPhone. Now, if you're wondering how the case stays waterproof, there is an inner seal on the inside of the case and the two pieces just really snap together. One of the things I did notice is that when the case doesn't have an iPhone in it, it's got a bit of a warp to it, and I guess that probably adds to the protection of the case. Now, the thing with waterproof cases is that if it's not going to leak water into the cavity right now, there's a good chance that it's going to be waterproof up to 6.6 feet, probably even deeper, only because with greater water pressure, it's going to clamp down on the cases even more, creating a better waterproof seal. The only time we've seen a waterproof case fail is when there was a puncture in the actual O-ring, which as the pressure increased, the water went through the puncture, but it doesn't look like there's anything wrong with that iPhone 6 in there. So the iPhone looks pretty clean, clear. Again, the diffusion of the screen really annoys me, but hey, what can you do about that? There's no water on the inside there. So generally, I'd feel pretty comfortable taking this to the ocean. Again, if you're going to do that, make sure you clean your case every once in a while and make sure you do the water test because these could fail. Now, the next thing we are going to do is drop it from a height of 6 feet, which I'm 5'8" and a bit, 6, or this case is dropping from 6.6 feet. First we'll do, I don't know, a normal height drop. See how high that bounced? So, bit of scuffing. Again, not a big fan of how that corner pops out, but water stayed out of it, so I'm happy. The next thing we're gonna do, 5'8", I think that's approximately 6 feet. We'll drop it from this angle, and we'll see what happens. Oh, that case is definitely not waterproof anymore. Well, so the case doesn't quite hold up to a 6.6 foot drop, it looks like. That is pretty messed up, definitely not waterproof. So it just totally destroyed my $70 LifeProof Fre, which took an extra $50 to ship to Canada. Now, the last thing I really wanted to know was how tough the screen protector was. It says you can drop it from 6.6 feet. Can you drop it from a height of 6.6 feet face first? Now, this is concrete, that's pretty boring. Let's move it out to this spot where there is a nice mixture of sadness, of dead leaves, cigarette butts, and some really nice gravel rocks that we can drop our stuff from. So, well, that was a nice bounce. Screen still looks pretty intact, no cracking. That was pretty awesome. I don't know if I got a rock though. Oh, that's a nice sharp rock. I'm gonna aim for that. I totally missed. Come on, rock. Oh, I missed again. Why is this so hard? Oh, there we go. I totally got it. And, well, it is completely awesome. Screen does not look cracked, so let's go inside and take a closer look at it. All right, so we're back inside now, and I quickly went through the footage, and I did notice that my pivot heads didn't actually go off for some of the video, so I do apologize for that. But we're gonna take it apart, and right before we did the video, we went and, well, I guess we measured to see if our iPhone 6 was bent by putting it on a pretty flat surface, and it wasn't, so it'll be interesting to see after dropping the iPhone 6 from about 6 feet a couple of times, a bunch of times from about 4 feet, if the iPhone 6 remains flat. So let's find out. So there is the iPhone, as you can tell. It still turns on, which is always a nice thing when you do drop tests with $800-900 devices. Peel it back. I just pulled out my the O-ring. I'm sure that'll be fine. There is the iPhone. So, as you can tell, the iPhone doesn't seem to have any damage. It doesn't look like any of the rocks went through the screen protector. The screen protector itself seems pretty decent. I'm pretty surprised at how strong the screen protector is. So that sound is a bunch of dogs running around the office, which is always pretty awesome. So there's the phone. It's still pretty flat. That's pretty surprising. But all in all, after all that torture, my iPhone 6 still works. So what do you guys think, despite the fact that there is a gaping hole in the top of my iPhone now, do you guys think that this case protected it? I would say yes, but now I've literally wasted $80 on a case that I definitely won't be able to use in any sort of water scenario. So if you found this kind of useful, entertaining at least, give it a thumbs up. That'd be really helpful. If you want to help out a little bit more, I did just go through another $80 case, which cost about $130 to ship to Canada. I should really move. Do considering supporting us by getting a t-shirt or through Patreon. It takes quite a bit of time and effort to do these tests, so if any sort of help would be greatly appreciated. If this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, click subscribe because we do really crazy things to really expensive devices. Thanks for watching.